In a stunning shift, the global oil market was rocked by unexpected moves from OPEC that seemed to benefit Canada while leaving the United States sidelined. Tensions escalated quickly, igniting fierce debates among policymakers, industry experts, and the public as the U.S. grappled with unexpected energy challenges globally and urgently. Recent production cuts by OPEC Plus triggered a sharp rise in oil prices, delivering windfall gains to major exporters such as Canada, while sparking growing frustration among American consumers and lawmakers. The strategic decision to reduce oil output defied expectations, sending shockwaves through international markets and intensifying the power struggle over energy resources globally today. In early 2025, trade tensions intensified when President Trump unveiled steep tariffs targeting Canada and Mexico, setting off a wave of economic retaliation that quickly escalated into a broader conflict. The sudden imposition of tariffs triggered uncertainty among investors, causing Wall Street to plunge as market volatility spiked dramatically overnight, resulting in widespread panic. Meanwhile, Canadian oil producers saw a surprising upside. As global prices climbed, the price gap between Canada's heavier crude and the lighter American blend narrowed considerably, boosting profits and reshaping market dynamics. Refineries in the United States faced higher costs and supply shortages, intensifying domestic debates over energy policy and market stability, raising urgent economic concerns. Diplomatic channels were abuzz as leaders in Washington and Ottawa scrambled to respond to the emerging energy crisis, while urgent meetings were scheduled immediately. Behind the scenes, energy strategists predicted that these developments might signal a realignment in global power dynamics, potentially altering alliances and economic futures profoundly. International media outlets quickly picked up the story, sensationalizing the narrative of an America under siege, while dramatic headlines flooded news cycles worldwide unremittingly. Experts in energy markets noted that OPEC's decision reflected a broader strategy to consolidate power and to maintain control over fluctuating global supplies effectively. Simultaneously, diplomatic overtures between Saudi Arabia and Canada began to reshape traditional alliances as high-level talks and economic discussions gained momentum rapidly across continents. Ottawa embraced the evolving relationship, viewing it as an opportunity to assert its independence while leveraging strategic partnerships to strengthen its global standing decisively. Political commentators in Washington expressed dismay, noting that the U.S. was unprepared for such coordinated moves, and warned of long-term economic repercussions without compromise. Observers recalled historical precedents from the 1970s oil embargo, when similar tactics led to widespread economic turbulence, sparking significant global unrest and policy shifts. The new developments have not only rattled markets, but also ignited a fierce public debate about energy sovereignty and national control over resources globally. Analysts predict that prolonged market volatility could force policymakers to reconsider established trade and energy norms, prompting comprehensive reviews and unexpected policy overhauls swiftly. Social media erupted as users shared videos, memes, and heated opinions about the unfolding crisis, further intensifying the global conversation on energy politics vigorously. Investors, already jittery from previous disruptions, reacted by reallocating assets and hedging bets to protect portfolios against further instability in volatile markets immediately, decisively. High-level emergency meetings were convened in Washington to address the multifaceted energy crisis, with top officials discussing strategic responses and immediate remedial actions urgently. Reports indicated that some oil-producing nations even hinted at restricting exports to the U.S. as retaliation for perceived unilateral sanctions and aggressive trade policies. The possibility of export restrictions sent ripples through energy markets, amplifying investor concerns further, while stakeholders anxiously monitored every development and policy change closely. Some analysts speculated that this strategic pivot could redefine energy alliances for decades to come while reshaping global trade patterns and geopolitical boundaries significantly. The unexpected developments forced a reconsideration of long-standing energy policies in the U.S., prompting lawmakers to debate reforms and question traditional market strategies urgently. On television, energetic hosts and analysts dissected the crisis with unabashed passion, providing viewers with raw insights and vivid interpretations of unfolding events clearly. Late-night comedians and social media influencers mocked the chaos, generating viral content that dominated online platforms, fueling widespread discussions and rapid digital transformations universally. Trump's furious tweets and fiery speeches added fuel to the already blazing controversy as he vehemently condemned foreign alliances and aggressive trade tactics loudly. The president's outburst resonated with a segment of the population seeking a return to past glories, while others decried his divisive and reckless approach. Market analysts warned that such political volatility could trigger a prolonged economic downturn, raising concerns among investors about spiraling inflation and recession risks imminently. Policymakers on both sides of the border faced mounting pressure to restore market confidence while engaging in intense debates over new strategic interventions immediately. Amid the turmoil, Canadian officials maintained a calm and resolute stance, emphasizing the importance of stability, mutual respect, and long-term cooperation in energy matters. Ottawa's leadership expressed confidence that strategic adjustments would soon restore equilibrium, as economic experts forecast a gradual stabilization of turbulent oil and trade markets. Energy sector leaders anticipated that innovative technologies might soon alleviate supply shortages, boosting efficiency, reducing costs, and transforming the entire energy landscape remarkably fast. Global markets, already rattled, now braced for further disruptions amid geopolitical realignments, with investors preparing for another wave of unpredictable economic shifts very cautiously. Journalists provided extensive coverage, analyzing policy moves and their immediate impact on global trade while dissecting the economic implications with keen insight and detail. Social media platforms buzzed with speculative theories and heated discussions about energy control, as ordinary users expressed both outrage and cautious optimism online vigorously. Government spokespeople in Washington maintained that the tariffs were designed to protect American interests, despite growing evidence suggesting unintended negative economic consequences for now. The current turmoil has forced a re-examination of the balance between protectionism and free trade, prompting debates on economic strategy and global cooperation urgently. Speculation arose that new international alliances might emerge from this volatile situation as countries reassessed long-held partnerships in light of shifting economic power significantly. The emerging narrative portrayed Canada as a beneficiary of global energy strategies at the U.S. expense, while Washington struggled to assert control effectively decisively. In response, some U.S. officials warned that isolation could weaken national economic strength and urged a swift reorientation of domestic and international policies immediately. Amid the political chaos, economic indicators continued to fluctuate wildly, unsettling global markets as statistical reports revealed erratic trends and unpredictable fiscal outcomes significantly. This cascade of events has altered perceptions about the reliability of traditional energy strategies, forcing decision-makers to explore innovative approaches without delay for future. Across international borders, the shift in energy politics has sparked urgent rethinking, with multiple governments reviewing their strategies and prioritizing energy security measures immediately. While many viewed the developments as an opportunity, some saw it as a warning, alerting nations to perils of overdependence on erratic energy policies. Economic observers believe that the current crisis may lead to lasting institutional reforms, transforming trade practices, regulatory frameworks, and international energy collaborations very fundamentally. For many, this era marks a pivotal shift away from established energy dominance by the U.S., ushering in a new, unpredictable global energy order. The unfolding saga continues to inspire debates, satirical commentary, and urgent calls for reform, while voices from every corner demand immediate policy overhaul now. In the end, history will remember these turbulent days as a turning point in energy politics, marking the dawn of a radically transformed era.